Welcome in. Yeah. You know what that means? It's time for normally NBA, but now we have to wait a day, including though. They're up, and Major League Baseball bets, home run bets. We've got a lot of stuff to get to in, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. So we are here. Portfolio EV is officially in the house with the play-in game bets. So if you've been waiting, and you've been looking around and trying to figure out, all right, regular season's over. Now we actually have meaningful basketball on the horizon. Bets are already pouring in. So you can see what you get just for not being a subscriber and seeing a couple of bets and seeing kind of how the market works. And I can tell you this before we even go to my page and my portfolio, just this is where we gain our edge, right? Patrick's always hanging out with us. Some others like, where does the edge? What are the edge? Look, it comes from beating the market. It comes from beating the true odds. It comes from betting into a market itself with a positive historical ROI. Wendell Carter Jr., it's already up 11.5 points. I already bet it. That's why it's shaded. It's on FanDuel. It's been hanging for a bit, but the true odds, we have determined, right, that the true odds are minus 120. Who's we? It's not me. It's not even like Lofty or guys smarter than that like Ben Raza. It's none of that. What it is, super smart individuals who have created this deep, detailed algorithm to pluck out bets after they take out the VIG, the juice. And you can see, well, this is what it should be. This is what we're getting at, minus 114. Yeah, maybe a book or two has it, whatever this thing is, has it at minus 120, which is just right there. You're not getting a break if you're getting what the actual price should be. You're getting a break if you're getting it cheaper. Duran's up there. Zach's up there. We got a lot. All right, let me see what's popping here. Paul Skeens. Now, these are on the exchange, the no VIG exchange. I've got Desmond Bain. That's my big one right now that I'm looking to ahead of Tuesday night. So I can jump on this. The true odds plus 111. It's plus 116. We're going to talk about this tomorrow, specifically this bet. Okay? Let me go ahead and place it because I think looking at this right here, what's more likely to happen? All right? We're at under 5.5 rebounds at plus 116. And I love this because I get to talk about Oreos now. What do you think's going to happen? Some books are already below the plus 111, which is what it should be. DraftKings, whatever this thing is here. Looks like it's ESPN, or Monday Night Football, one of those logos. Flip, Caesars, Rebet Fanatics, even Pinnacle right there. You get a little break at 5.5. Well, what about Unibet? And what about Bet Rivers? And what about Sugar House? And what about the Diaz brothers? Well, who cares? These people are giving you a terrible, well, in this case, it's not a bad one if you can bet there, but I can't bet there. That's why it's not popping up. So we don't get to talk about Oreos. In this case, we get to talk about limits. We get to talk about the frustration that is this fake book, Unibet, this create a book, Bet Rivers, whatever this thing is at Sugar House. They said, nope, no more. You can't bet here. And that's why they gain customer support early on. And then you beat the shit out of these type of lines and they turn around and say, oh, I'm sorry. Can't do it. FanDuel is where you go now. These other books are ripping you off. All right. Let's remove this and just see what we have available. So we're going to build a parlay. We're going to hit some home runs. We're going to do a bunch of stuff. Good morning to Andy. Appreciate you being here. Good morning, Adams Digest. My man, my guy, the legend. Make sure you're following Adam. Subscribing to Adam over at Tails, one of our sharp cappers. And he's everywhere, too. So it's not like you can't find him. This man is grinding. He's doing stuff. I see him. It's like morning posts and stuff, recapping shit. And then it's like 2 a.m. on with Prop God. Much love. Mr. Leibowitz in the house. Always a pleasure. The show's really not complete until Steve's here. This is the idea, right? OU forever. We're here, we're here, we're here. Rusty, good to see you, brother. Yep, a lot of under hits. That's the thing. You're going to see this stuff pop in. You're going to see a lot of unders because the nature in which people bet. But look, things pop up, and we have been seeing more overs. Just curious to see what we get right now. I do have one that's just specific to DraftKings. Okay, so nothing here. All right, so this is what we're going to do. It won't let us generate parlays here, right? And we've got some boosts and some stuff to look at, right? Major League Baseball stuff, and we got some K props and things. We're going to build a couple of parlays. But right away, all right, I'm looking for home runs. 6 minutes into the show, I satisfied needs and stuff. Yeah, look, man, I think we've got some good opportunities to chat here. Mr. Mike, my friend, let's have a Monday. That's why we're here. We're here to enjoy our Monday for sure. Steve, thank you. Yes, so am I. But as much as I'm just thrilled to start talking about the NBA in legit capacity, although shout out to the Lindy and friends. I know this is a PEV show, but we hit our 3-4+3s ladder. We just plucked it right out of that god-awful Wizards game. My goodness. Hey, this is what's up right now. And I think a lot of people, maybe not the most vocal, but it's just the nature of it. When you have a set of tools that are so popular and widespread, you are going to have variance even through what most people are going through, or some people, or maybe 50, whatever it is. And I don't have a number or anything along those lines because a lot of this is yours out there, but people go through variance. People are struggling with the down because it's a lot easier. Think about this. It's just like in life. It's a lot easier when things are working for you to just keep perspective. Just keep a little perspective. Well, everything's working for me, so you almost feel guilty a little bit. Not to go full George Costanza on you, but there is this sense of human nature where it's like, okay, let me just calm down. Let me just chill. I mean, look at a professional golfer. Rory is everything that happened on Sunday, the drama and everything aside. A professional golfer probably exhibits that the most in our world, where it's like, you can't, oh yeah, birdie. Like you don't see that. Nobody walks around like that because the game is incredibly fickle. And so is sports betting, much like life. And what happens to us is we get caught up because it's like, okay, I'm on a roll. I'm up 38 units. Now I'm up 100 units. I'm up 190 units in March. Amazing. And all of a sudden you're down 10 units and you're down 15 units. And maybe it's halfway through the month and you're down 20, 25 units. It is much more difficult. Don't think that you're alone, first off, in the fact that you're not the only person who is going through variance with a set of betting tools. We happen to have the sharpest, most profitable set of betting tools. And even still, there's going to be some ups and downs. I'm going through it. But like Steve mentioned, we've seen these tools work. Those of us who have stuck around, maybe even new, who have popped in at the right time and caught this thing. But think about it in life. Just apply this as you would in life. As a husband, a wife, as a parent, as a teacher, as a student, whatever it may be. It's a lot harder to keep perspective when things are down and you're trying to balance it out. And nobody is ever going to blame you for feeling that way, for feeling frustrated. You ask Lofty. See, I mean, my God, I have to stay on his good side because the stuff that I text him, and it's not like damning or incriminating or anything like that or anything against the company, anything like that, but it's just like it would make me look like an absolute monster and a maniac because it sucks. But I get it. It sucks. Let's do it, Brandon. All right, we're going to build this here with Brandon. You have to tell me, though, all right? We're going to do this on the fly, although I did promise home runs. So let's just see if we have any home run area. And while we do this, while we look for dingers, Brandon, why don't you give me the state and what books you can bet? And we'll go from there. All right, here's my mug. Good morning to everybody out there. Appreciate you rolling with us here. Anybody in the Discord, pop it in, hanging. Appreciate you all as well. And look, we're still here. You get a free week. You can bounce around. You can sniff around, as Andy Francis famously says. Mess around for a week. You don't like it, then go. We think you're going to like it. In fact, we're pretty confident that you're going to stay. So you have to tell me, brother, and I'll build around. I'm just looking for overs right now, right? Not to say that it's the end-all, be-all, because there's a step of a process here. And while Victor Arvidsson is probably a great bet at over 2.5, I'm not really here to build a shots on goal ladder. I'm just looking for anything with a plus EV edge from the top-down market-based approach. Here's Draymond Green. Who's out there building the Draymond 3 ladder? You've got 2 at plus 138 on Sugar House, and you could probably extend that up to what, 3, maybe 4 if you're bold enough. It's not going to be given out on this show, I can tell you that. More shots on goal. There's Grant Holmes over 2.5. And all I'm doing is I'm just looking for anything that's north of 0.0%. That's an over for a total base. That's an over, right? For even a home run, which will pop here. All right. But you did see, right? Profit X, Milwaukee Brewers on the run line. So that's now a slight edge. And here's the deal. On an exchange like Profit X or No Vig, for example, and there's another one here that was at No Vig here, Tampa. The edge is at plus 172. Same with Profit X. The edge for the Brewers on the run lines at minus 119. Go out there and ask for minus 110. I did that with Kyle Schwarber. It's not going to get matched, but you never know. There could be a bozo out there. I did it with Kyle Schwarber, plus 750 to hit a home run. That's insane. Kyle Schwarber with one leg operating has better odds to hit a home run than plus 750. But it's an exchange, and there are people out there. And not everybody is a shark swimming in these small, little, tightly confined, infested waters. You never know. You never know. By the way, was I the only one that... All right, here we go. Was I the only one... Nigel, you got to give me a little more than that. Brandon, we got you. That was rooting against Rory McIlroy? Like, it couldn't have just been me, right? I had a ticket on Corey Connors outright at 60-1. Why would I be rooting for Rory McIlroy? I had a bet anybody but Rory and Bryson. I think it was 6-1 at the start of Sunday. Why would I be rooting for either one of those guys? I took live right when they were tied before Rory birdied and Oberg just completely imploded. Both Rose and Oberg to win. And I'm looking at this like, oh, that's great. And there are bettors out there saying this. Look, I don't care if you talk sports on some television show or you're just a fan of it. But if you bet, it is a violation of the betting contract. And I don't mean the betting, it's the social betting contract. It's a violation of the social betting contract to bet against a professional golfer, especially if the guy you bet on is neck and neck in a playoff, and be happy for the other side. Screw that shit. Call me whatever you want. I'll take it. I've been called worse. I did overnight at Mad Dog. I really have been. Yeah, I mean, this, not bad. Not bad, right? And then I forgot about Sergio, Steven. That was the thing. Rose losing on the 18th. Also, they go into 18? I mean, Rose would have had to been perfect on an easy hole, and Rory hit a fantastic shot, but there was no real challenge to that, right? Like, they play that hole 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. What do you think the result is? It's probably closer to 60. No, I would say probably closer 55-45. Momentum, everything else. Just how 18 was. Oh. All right, let's build some parlays here. We're going to go to create portfolio. And we're going to go, actually, you know what? Let's go to the portfolio lab. It's going to be much easier because we're going to see a lot more here. And for this, I'm going to have to move me. All right. So let's do this. We'll do the old shuffle. All right. And moving me up here, you're going to see a little bit more. So we're going to create a new one. And just to be sure here, Brandon was in Ohio, correct? Yes. Ohio, FanDuel, and DraftKings. Great. Let's see what we got. So we're going to go to the great state of Ohio, lived in Grove City for, I'd say, about 8 months. Good time. It was just cold as all hell. I want to select everything. This, I want to deselect because I only need, what, DraftKings and FanDuel, correct? Correct. Although I will say you should be able to bet at Profit X. I'm not sure about No Vig. Check on these, Onyx, No Vig, Profit X, because we've got tools to beat them. Profit X isn't showing up here, so I guess no. But No Vig, All of these are showing up, which to me indicates you have the opportunity to bet them. Fliff, Novig, and Onyx, as Profit X is not here. All right. Rebet, not so much. I'm not thrilled with them. I want them all, right? I want to see everything that works, and then I'll filter it out. Keep it on the recommended settings. That's fine. Flat betting here, let's keep it to 1. I think AV and OS rating for the most part are interchangeable when you're building your first portfolio. And this is something that's going to be all encompassing. So you don't have to worry about sport by sport, market by market. It's going to do the work for you. So we review our markets, and we're going to get back stuff, as you see, that's selected, that's only going to return a positive HROI, meaning when you bet it, it's going to return something positive overall, even if it's shorter as far as length, what have you. I just want to make sure that we're in current season. Yep, current season. Okay, good to go. There you have it. And we'll save this. Just save it. We'll go back. And there you have it. So no VIG is popping up here for you, but you can always see, all right, well, is it anywhere else? You don't have anything at the moment. FanDuel, it's not bettable, at least. Same thing here. You know, you're really just getting a better price because this is the Oreo example, right? But that's it, man. We just built it for you. And again, it's super easy in the sense of you don't really have to worry about what markets are working and anything along those lines. It's just doing the work for you. So the last thing that you need to make sure is on filter that it's not showing negative HROI bets, and you're good. All right, my friend. So we just built this here for you. And you'll see, all right, well, whoa. This is on no VIG. Maybe there's a difference, right? And you know what? If you want to take it out, that's fine. Go back and you can absolutely edit it. And if you just want those two and you're just cringing like, I ain't betting it, Onyx. That's a band. That's a group. What are you talking about? All right, that's fine. We'll keep you. Just nothing available right now. And that's the nature of it, right? We're a day before the NBA playoffs begin. We've got baseball today, but not a ton is really popping up. Let's see for me. Skeens and Ryan. All right, well, we got a little mini parlay here. Let's add this and see what we can get. Actually, let's add this to the slip. All right. Let's add Joe Ryan to the slip. Are they not available? What's going on here? Come on, guys. Nice. All right. Well, we'll make it. We'll get there. Just seeing if there's anything available on DraftKings. Brandon, I'm going to bounce you there because I'm going to mistakenly bet something here. Actually, it's okay. It's fine. But we're going to have to go to the Parlay Builder, folks. We're going to have to go to the Parlay Builder and get something cooking. But you see, there are a lot of NBA markets that are open. It's just not for places that I can bet. So if you can bet at Sugar House, there you've got it. Poj, Zach, Bam. Anything else? Trey Young's popping up. Again, what I'm going to do here, and I'll start from the top, is I'm just combing. We're looking for active dingers. It could be to hit a home run, or it could be something, a base, a foundation to build off. But again, the methodology, the approach, the strategy, that stays the same. You have to be consistent. You can't look at this from a top-down market-based approach. Tyler Alexander, K-Ladder, is screaming right now. Screaming. How bad is it for Tyler Alexander? He's at home. Let's see. He's at home against, 23% K rate. You just have to look at Detroit, see if there's much whiff going out there. But 23% is nothing to scoff at. The problem is that when balls hit the baseball bat, there seems to be an issue. seems to be a little bit of a breakdown. Oh, and by the way, he's walking guys at a very nauseous amount. I hate this, right? I mean, look, and I'm saying this because I'd rather bet it than not, but this is a big reason that I'm not going to fall into this. Like, oh, Dylan Dingler is Kang and Spencer Tor. It's enough for either one of these guys to turn on a baseball and knock this dude out of a game. And I mean by like putting the ball over a fence. So yeah, I mean, I'll take the play, right? Like I'll take the actual plus EV play of 5Ks for Tyler Alexander, but that's not enough for me to build a ladder. I need a little bit more for that. You don't have to bet everything that you see either. Over 29.5 PRA. Okongwu got a nice edge on this one. What does it mean? It just means it's beating. It's beating. Well, what about these books? You want to talk Oreos for a minute? Great. Over 29.5 plus 120 is best bet at Onyx or DraftKings. There is a slight edge. The true odds should be plus 117. You're getting it for plus 120. It means just as simple as we have identified that the actual retail price of one Oreo is a quarter. And I'm going to give you 2 Oreos for 40 cents. Hold on a second. 40 cents, that's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. 40 cents. Now, I'm going to charge you a third Oreo, but in this case, it's going to be $15. Who in their right mind, like you would have to be famished for 5 days out in the desert, if you could even survive that long, off of cactus water and whatever roadkill you could find, just to pay that much money, assuming you even had any money on you, or a way to get that third Oreo. Over 28.5 looks good. That third Oreo looks great, but you're not paying an insane price for that. Minus 128 on Penny, and you can see how it's worked off. So this is a good bet. This is a good NBA bet here for you. All right, let's go to the parlay builder. I'm in. Got a lot to look at here. And I'm going to have to move myself again. But look, I think, talking about variance, going through it here, you got it, man. Absolutely, Brandon. I appreciate you being here. Happy to go through this. You need more questions answered out there. Gorilla Trap is always in the house. That's why we love you, my brother. But look, I think if you're asking questions, especially if you're here already as a user, right? Like a lot of you may be on the fence. A lot of you have heard things about this. We'll get you in. There's a free week trial with code MUG. It's super simple to sign up. You can DM me. We'll build your first portfolio. That's the easy part. I think when you look at it, though, it's taking the first step. Saying, all right, I want to do this. Now, if you're already here and you signed up and you've been working and you want to talk through things, let's do it. Let's look at variance. Let's look at some ups and downs. Let's look at some questions about how to use the parlay builder or best fit with the parlay builder. I'm going to go to FanDuel and I'm going to see what I have. Look, these bets, we're all going to get ahead of these bets. For the most part, there's going to be massive CLV for the NBA. It's just the nature of it. Our tools get ahead of them. And then you'll see a day early, it's going to be even more of a punch to the face to anybody who waited. It really will be. Just load up. Ready bet Wendell Carter. Can add Anthony Davis. And we can add Poge. 3-leg plus 600 parlay. Right there. This shouldn't be difficult. I know I got to move. Hold on. It's like the Cowboy Jack show. Jeez. I got to move. Now I feel naked without that thing. Bring that back. Like you can see too much of me. I actually just have to move my face. That's all. So you can see what we're doing here. Look, nothing's changed. These bets are all popping up as individuals. It's just the pool of them that we get to choose from. I mean, look, this is just 6-1 FanDuel NBA parlay. Well, it's under 9. Who cares? I don't care what Anthony Davis has done against Sacramento. I don't care what he's done against anybody on that team. Domantas Sabonis, it doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. It matters for people who originate. It matters for people who handwrite. It matters for people looking for their own predictive edge. I get it. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for this. I don't want you wasting time. You've got people in your life that are demanding. And it took us 6 seconds to build a 6-1 parlay on FanDuel. This is an NBA 3-legger that's going to satisfy a parlay boost. Oh, it has to be a same game parlay. Got it. We'll add Karis LeVert. And now you're going to boost the plus 1173 to get ahead of this, even though you'll be taxed by FanDuel for the same game parlay. Do you see how that works? All of this here is available. All of it. And you have way too many things going on. So do I. So do I. I've got bosses, and that's not at work only, right? I've got a 16-month-old boss. I've got a near 4-year-old boss. I've got a wife that's younger than me, boss. People in the company. I've got people that are helping me that are like, not even like hierarchy, but they need to boss me around to keep me on track. I don't have time for this shit. Do you? Am I missing something? Do you have time for this? I don't. And I'm working on the other side. That's why I use it. All right, there you have it. Anthony Davis, Brandon Poge. Such a Philadelphia nickname. Karis LeVert and Wendell. It's a 1173 same game parlay boost that's going to satisfy any NBA boost you need. Anything. We need MLB. All right, let's go to MLB, see what pops up. Giving you parlays, folks. All right, we got some action here. Dustin May with some Ks. Dylan Cease with some Ks. Tarek Skubal. Ooh, how deep do you want to go here? That's fine. Jamison Tyon's fine. Although that same game, I don't want to do that. We don't need to. All right, that's a legit 3-leg K-prop parlay. Hard to think this doesn't hit. It's already won. You just need to go out there and bet it. You just need to go out there. You can even hit the bet now button. Watch, it's going to pop it right up there. It's going to be pretty cool too. Oof. We actually get a nice little number on that. Since it should be 754, we actually got 762. Little bump on that. Maybe something moved in our favor. That's nice. I think the Skubal prop did. Yep, moved 2 points. That's why. Plus 124 now. Great. Even better. Even better. All right, we're locked and loaded. Simple stuff. We've got the NBA tomorrow. We're going to do a ton when it comes to looking back at what we jumped in. Any massive CLV that you get. Oh, dingers. You know, we didn't find anything naturally, and I kind of moved on to other stuff, and here I am neglecting the most important thing. Jesus. All right. Let's go to player props. Let's go to total home runs. I'm just curious to see what pops, what exactly is plus EV from the market-based approach here that we have. Okay, so real quick, what are you looking at? You're looking at this screen below, right? I think when you see this, you have to understand 2 things. One, this is not the betting tools. These are not the portfolio betting tools specifically telling you to bet this. It's just showing you that there is some edge with a home run bet compared to the marketplace. It's the same process of picking out, but it's not physically putting it in front of you as far as like, hey, this is a result of the tools. We're looking for green. Green is good. We're looking for a number at plus 560 that beats the true odds. Look, if you don't have PortfolioEV and you're just trying to go and shop odds and see, all right, well, I mean, look, I can do this here. Chandra's doing it, so I can do it too. You're not going to have the same opportunity because you're not logged in. You're not signed in. You don't have the middle part, the edge part, this stuff. So I can see O'Neal Cruz. Yeah, I mean, that's the best number here, but you may not know that's green if these numbers aren't available to you. Again, Mug, it gets you in. I think we're going to have to roll with O'Neal Cruz. Let's get him on the slip, please. Sawinski's another one. Oof. We got some good options so far here. Just see. All right. Adam Frazier. Wait a second. Let's look at the DK no sweat because that's what we have. I know FanDuel is big tomorrow. Let's look at our no sweat home run for DraftKings and we'll get the hell out of here. Adam Frazier is certainly a candidate. I mean, nobody's going to say otherwise, right? He's certainly a candidate. Oh, I like that Tommy Pham at 9-1. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Anything else on DraftKings? Endy? See, that's something, isn't it? Popular player. That's what you have to find because, boom, who in their right mind? Look, it's plus EV. There's a massive edge, but this guy is just falling off a crater. I don't hate that Willie play. Kepler either. Okay, some bombs in that game. Matt Chapman. We just need DraftKings. Otherwise, it's going to be Frazier. Now, again, you check back. You don't have to roll here, but for the purposes of this show, I'd like to find one. Wow. Why? That is insane. 21.7% edge on a chalk home run is just absolutely insane. These are good dingers right here. I would go through this and bet anything double digit in a round robin at this point. Maybe not. Austin Riley. Okay, I don't hate that. Santander. Nothing else but Frazier? Is that it? Are we that crushed now? Okay. Sal Frelick. Last time we played Sal Frelick, the guy didn't even play. He sat the bench. Will Castro. I can get behind Will Castro over Frazier. I can. We're moving fast because I got to go. I told you one of my bosses is upstairs knocking on the door. What are you doing? Come on, let's move. Let's move. Let's move. I think it's going to be Castro. Can we get some Will Castro action? I don't see anything else. I do not. I do not. Okay. Look, folks, I think we got to go here. Unless we see anything at night. Nope, we're good. All right. It's going to be Will Castro to hit a home run. Willie. That's a great Russo name, too. He's plus 1,200. We just no sweated that sucker. All right. And get in what you can. $6.38. That's enough for me. No sweat dingers in the house. We'll have more on Tuesday. We'll have NBA stuff working. Matt Olson home run. Let's roll. Again, appreciate everybody being here. You want in? You want your first week free? Use code MUG. There's a link on YouTube. There's a link on my bio. All of that is there at OddsShopper, at Shander Bets, and of course the YouTube channel. If you're watching, hit that thumbs up button. Love you all. Appreciate it. We'll be back on Tuesday at 10 a.m.